Number 1. 1963 Ford Fairlane 500, offered at $31,000 and currently located in Sax, Virginia. Some classic cars are built for comfort, while others are built to deliver a more engaging driving experience. This 1963 Ford Fairlane 500 manages to offer a bit of both, combining the clean styling of an early 1960s Ford with the performance upgrades that many enthusiasts look for today. At first glance, the Fairlane's design perfectly captures the transitional era of American automotive history. The body lines are clean and elegant, avoiding the excessive chrome of the 1950s while introducing the sportier appearance that would define the muscle car era later in the decade. More than 60 years after it rolled off the assembly line, the Fairlane still looks purposeful, balanced, and unmistakably American. Under the hood sits a 351 Windsor V8 engine, a power plant that has earned a legendary reputation among Ford enthusiasts. Known for its durability, strong performance potential, and widespread aftermarket support, the 351 Windsor is often considered one of the most versatile V8 engines Ford ever produced. In this Fairlane, it provides a substantial upgrade in performance compared to what many drivers would have expected from a stock 1963 model. Backing the V8 is a 4-speed manual transmission, a combination that transforms the driving experience into something far more interactive and rewarding. Instead of simply cruising from point A to point B, the driver becomes part of the experience, rowing through the gears and enjoying the sound and feel of classic American V8 power. For enthusiasts who appreciate traditional driving, a manual transmission remains one of the most desirable features a classic car can offer. According to the seller, the car runs strong and drives well, which is exactly what buyers hope to hear when searching for a vintage performance-oriented vehicle. A classic car can look beautiful sitting still, but the real magic happens when it performs as well as it appears. Adding to the car's appeal are newly installed Magnum 500 wheels wrapped in BF Goodrich tires. The Magnum 500 wheel design has become one of the most iconic wheel styles in American automotive history, frequently associated with muscle cars and high-performance builds. Combined with the BF Goodrich tires, they give the Fairlane a more aggressive stance while maintaining a period-correct appearance that complements the car perfectly. The seller also describes the vehicle as very clean, suggesting that it has been cared for and maintained with pride. Clean examples of early Fairlanes are becoming increasingly difficult to find, especially those that combine classic styling with tasteful performance upgrades. One of the things that makes the 1963 Fairlane so appealing is its versatility. It can comfortably fit into several categories at once. It has the appearance of a traditional early 1960s cruiser, the performance characteristics of a street machine, and the collectability of a classic Ford. That versatility allows it to appeal to a wide range of enthusiasts, from collectors and weekend cruisers to drivers who simply enjoy the feel of a classic V8 and a manual gearbox. At local car shows, the Fairlane often stands out because it is less common than many other Ford classics. While Mustangs frequently dominate events and cruise nights, a well-built Fairlane tends to attract attention from enthusiasts who appreciate something a little different. It offers a unique blend of history, style, and performance without following the crowd. Overall, this 1963 Ford Fairlane 500 represents a fantastic opportunity to own a clean and well-sorted classic Ford. With its strong-running 351 Windsor V8, desirable 4-speed manual transmission, fresh Magnum 500 wheels, and timeless styling, it delivers the kind of driving experience that continues to make vintage American performance cars so special. Whether destined for weekend cruises, local car shows, or simply enjoying open roads, this Fairlane appears ready for its next chapter. Number 2. 1968 Ford LTD XL Convertible, equipped with a legendary 428 Cobra Jet engine, offered at $35,000 and currently located in Watertown, New York. Some classic cars are desirable because they're beautiful. Others are desirable because they're powerful. And then there are the truly special cars that combine rarity, performance, history, and collectability into one package. This 1968 Ford LTD XL convertible belongs firmly in that category. At first glance, it presents itself as a stylish late 1960s luxury convertible finished in an elegant tan exterior over a black interior. But beneath the refined appearance lies one of Ford's most respected performance engines, the mighty 428 Cobra Jet. For enthusiasts who understand Ford muscle car history, those three numbers alone are enough to get attention. According to the seller, this is a highly documented and extremely rare 1968 Ford Ltd XL convertible equipped with a factory 428 Cobra Jet engine, automatic transmission, factory air conditioning, and factory front disc brakes. That combination makes this car far more than just another full-size convertible. It represents a unique piece of Ford performance history from an era when manufacturers quietly placed massive engines into surprisingly luxurious vehicles. What makes this particular example even more interesting is its claimed one-of-one status, supported by a Marti report. For Ford collectors, a Marti report is one of the most respected forms of documentation available. It helps verify how a vehicle was originally equipped when it left the factory and can confirm rare combinations of options, colors, and drivetrains. If the report supports the seller's claim, this could be one of the rarest Ltd XL convertibles produced. The story of this car becomes even more impressive when examining the restoration. Approximately 10 years ago, the vehicle reportedly underwent a comprehensive restoration costing around $80,000. That's a substantial investment, especially considering the car is now being offered for less than half of that amount. The seller states that the restoration is documented with 3 books containing receipts, photographs, and supporting paperwork. For collectors, documentation like this can be almost as important as the vehicle itself because it provides a detailed record of the work performed and the investment made over the years. Visually, the car appears to embody everything enthusiasts love about late 1960s American convertibles. The long body lines, wide stance, chrome accents, and open-air design create a presence that is impossible to ignore. Whether parked at a local car show or cruising down a scenic highway with the top down, this Ltd XL would likely attract attention from both casual admirers and serious collectors. Under the hood is where the real magic happens. The 428 Cobra Jet engine is one of Ford's most legendary power plants. Introduced during the height of the muscle car era, the Cobra Jet became famous for delivering impressive performance while often outperforming its factory ratings. Many enthusiasts consider it one of the greatest engines Ford ever produced. Unlike many muscle cars that paired high-performance engines with stripped-down interiors, this Ltd XL combines big block power with luxury features. Factory air conditioning, comfortable seating, and upscale trim transformed what could have been a simple performance car into a grand touring machine capable of effortless highway cruising. The seller notes that the car sounds incredible and runs great, which is exactly what enthusiasts hope to hear when discussing a Cobra Jet-powered vehicle. The sound of a big block Ford the 5.8 is one of the defining characteristics of the muscle car era, and it remains just as captivating today as it was more than 50 years ago. Another noteworthy feature is the factory front disc brakes. During the late 1960s, front disc brakes were still considered a desirable option and provided significantly improved stopping performance compared to traditional drum brakes. Combined with factory air conditioning, these features suggest the original buyer wanted both performance and comfort in one package. The odometer currently shows approximately 3,600 miles, likely reflecting mileage accumulated since the restoration. Combined with the seller's description of the vehicle being in excellent condition, it suggests that this Ltd XL has been carefully maintained and enjoyed sparingly over the years. One reason this car may be generating significant interest is its investment potential. The seller believes the vehicle will continue to appreciate in value and notes that it has been scheduled for a future auction appearance. According to the listing, auction estimates place the car's potential value around $40,000 or more, making the current asking price appear competitive in comparison. Beyond financial considerations, however, the real appeal of this Ford lies in its uniqueness. While Mustangs, Fairlanes, and Torino models often dominate discussions about Ford muscle cars, vehicles like this Ltd XL convertible represent a much rarer side of the company's performance heritage. They offer the same big block excitement but wrapped in a larger, more luxurious package that few people expect. This is the kind of car that sparks conversations wherever it goes. Some people will be drawn to the convertible body style. Others will admire the restoration quality. And true Ford enthusiasts will immediately recognize the significance of the 428 Cobra jet badge. Overall, this 1968 Ford LTD XL convertible represents a rare opportunity to own a highly documented, professionally restored, big block Ford from the golden age of American performance. With its 428 Cobra jet engine, factory air conditioning, front disc brakes, extensive restoration records, and exceptional rarity, it offers a combination of luxury, muscle, and collectability that is becoming increasingly difficult to find in today's classic car market. Number 3. 1965 Ford Galaxy, offered at $8,200 and currently located in Towson, Maryland. This 1965 Ford Galaxy is proof that not every classic car needs a six-figure price tag to deliver a memorable vintage driving experience. Finished in an eye-catching turquoise exterior with a matching turquoise interior, this full-size Ford immediately stands out from the crowd. In a sea of black, red, and white classic cars, the bright turquoise color gives this Galaxy a unique personality that perfectly captures the optimism and bold styling of mid-1960s America. At first glance, the car presents itself as a classic cruiser that has been enjoyed rather than hidden away. According to the seller, significant investments have already been made in the body, paint, and mechanical systems, making this far more than just an old project car. In fact, the seller emphasizes that the asking price represents only a fraction of what has been invested over the years, which may make it an intriguing opportunity for enthusiasts searching for value in today's classic car market. Power comes from a Ford 390 cubic inch V8, one of the most respected engines of the era. The 390 was known for delivering strong torque and effortless highway performance, making it a perfect match for a large American sedan like the Galaxy. Whether cruising through town or covering long stretches of open road, the engine provides the kind of relaxed power that made full-size American cars famous during the 1960s. Even more important, the seller states that both the engine and transmission are new, which is a major advantage for anyone looking to enjoy a classic car without immediately facing major drivetrain expenses. One of the biggest concerns with older vehicles is the uncertainty surrounding mechanical reliability. Having fresh drivetrain components significantly increases confidence for prospective buyers and helps transform the car from a restoration project into a usable classic. The seller makes it clear that this Galaxy is capable of being driven away and enjoyed immediately. In fact, when asked whether the car could serve as a daily driver, the answer is a confident yes. That practicality is something many classic cars struggle to offer. While some vintage vehicles spend more time on trailers than on roads, this Galaxy appears to be the type of car that was built to be driven and enjoyed regularly. One of the most charming aspects of this particular vehicle is its four-door body style. While two-door hardtops and coupes often dominate the collector market, four-door classics have developed a growing following among enthusiasts who appreciate their practicality, affordability, and unique character. The seller even notes that the car receives enthusiastic reactions at local events and gatherings because it stands out among rows of more common two-door cars. That uniqueness can be a major advantage. At many cars and coffee events, attendees often see the same popular muscle cars repeatedly. A well-presented four-door Galaxy offers something different, a conversation starter that reflects a less celebrated but equally important side of American automotive history. The turquoise interior further enhances the nostalgic appeal of the car. Color combinations like this were common during the mid-1960s, when manufacturers embraced vibrant shades and distinctive styling themes. Today, such colors evoke an era when automobiles were designed with personality and flair rather than simply following market trends. Of course, the seller is refreshingly honest about the vehicle's condition. While describing it as a very good driver, they also acknowledge a simple reality: the car is 60 years old. As with any classic vehicle, there will always be small maintenance items, adjustments, or upgrades that arise over time. Rather than presenting the car as perfect, The seller positions it as an honest classic that can be enjoyed immediately while still providing opportunities for future tinkering and personalization. That honesty is often appreciated by experienced classic car buyers. No vintage vehicle is entirely maintenance-free, and realistic expectations help ensure a more satisfying ownership experience. The Galaxy appears to strike a healthy balance between usability and authenticity. Another noteworthy detail is the extensive collection of photos and videos reportedly available for interested buyers. Thorough documentation is always valuable when evaluating a classic car because it provides a clearer understanding of condition, workmanship, and overall presentation. Driving a 1965 Ford Galaxy offers an experience that modern vehicles simply cannot duplicate. The wide bench seating, expansive hood, rumbling V8, and relaxed cruising characteristics create a feeling of connection to a different era of American motoring. Every drive becomes less about efficiency and more about enjoying the journey itself. Overall, this 1965 Ford Galaxy represents an affordable entry point into classic American car ownership. With its distinctive turquoise color combination, rebuilt drivetrain, strong-running 390 V8, and proven roadworthiness, it offers a compelling mix of character, usability, and value. It may not be a concours-level collector piece, but it doesn't need to be. Its greatest strength is that it appears ready to do exactly what classic cars were meant to do: start up, hit the road, and put a smile on the driver's face every time the key is turned. Number 4. 1966 Ford LTD 2-door hardtop, offered at $19,000 and currently located in Spring Grove, Pennsylvania. When people talk about classic American cars from the 1960s, the conversation often focuses on Mustangs, GTOs, and other muscle car legends. But hidden among those famous names are vehicles like this 1966 Ford LTD, cars that offered a different kind of experience, one built around comfort, style, and effortless V8 cruising. The Ford LTD was introduced as Ford's premium full-size offering, designed to compete with luxury models while maintaining the reliability and practicality that made Ford one of America's most popular automakers. By 1966, the LTD had already established itself as a symbol of success, combining upscale features with bold styling and plenty of road presence. This particular example comes in the highly desirable 2-door hardtop configuration, a body style that many enthusiasts consider one of the most attractive designs of the era. Without a center pillar between the front and rear side windows, the hardtop design creates a sleek, uninterrupted profile that gives the car an elegant and sophisticated appearance. Even parked, it looks like it's ready to cruise down an American highway from a different era. Under the hood is Ford's dependable 352 cubic inch V8 engine paired with an automatic transmission. During the 1960s, the 352 was known for delivering smooth power and strong torque, making it perfectly suited for a full-size luxury cruiser like the LTD. Rather than being built for dragstrip performance, this engine was designed to provide relaxed acceleration and effortless highway travel. With approximately 93,000 miles showing on the odometer, this Ford has clearly lived a full life while remaining on the road for nearly 6 decades. That's part of the appeal of classic cars like this. Every mile represents another chapter in a story that began during one of the most exciting periods in automotive history. One of the most encouraging aspects of this listing is the amount of recent maintenance that has already been completed. The seller reports that all brake cylinders, brake components, and brake lines have been replaced. On a classic vehicle, braking system updates are among the most important improvements because they directly affect safety and drivability. Additional work includes a fresh oil change, a brand new fuel tank, and new exhaust pipes. These upgrades suggest that the car has been receiving ongoing care rather than being left dormant. For potential buyers, that's often a major advantage because it means some of the most common maintenance concerns associated with vintage vehicles have already been addressed. Visually, the 1966 LTD represents a unique period in American automotive design. The styling is substantial without feeling excessive, elegant without appearing overly formal. Chrome accents, long body lines, and a wide stance create a presence that modern vehicles rarely achieve. It's a car that naturally attracts attention without trying too hard. Inside, the LTD was designed to deliver comfort first and foremost. Full-size Fords of this era were known for spacious interiors, soft seating, and a driving experience that emphasized relaxation. Whether heading to a local car show or taking a weekend drive through the countryside, cars like this were built to make every mile enjoyable. Another appealing aspect of the Ford LTD is that it remains somewhat underappreciated compared to more famous performance models from the same era. That often translates into greater value for enthusiasts. Buyers can enjoy classic V8 ownership, vintage styling, and full-size comfort without paying the premium prices associated with some muscle car icons. At an asking price of $19,000, this 1966 Ford LTD presents an interesting opportunity for collectors and hobbyists alike. It offers the charm of a true 1960s American cruiser, backed by recent mechanical updates that could make ownership more enjoyable from day one. Overall, this Ford is more than just an old car. It's a reminder of a time when automobiles were designed to make an impression through size, comfort, and presence. With its V8 power, hardtop styling, and recent maintenance work, this 1966 Ford LTD stands as a classic example of American motoring from one of the industry's most memorable decades. For someone looking to experience the golden age of full-size American automobiles, this LTD may be exactly the kind of timeless cruiser worth considering. Number 5. 1963 1/2 Ford Galaxy, offered at $39,999 and currently located in Marshfield, Massachusetts. This is not just another classic Ford. The 1963 1/2 Ford Galaxy occupies a special place in American automotive history, representing one of the most exciting moments of the early muscle car era. For Ford enthusiasts, the term 1963 1/2 immediately carries significance because it refers to the mid-year high-performance models that helped establish Ford's dominance both on the street and on the racetrack. At first glance, the Galaxy embodies everything that made full-size American performance cars so memorable. Long, sleek body lines, a wide stance, and an unmistakable road presence combine to create a car that still looks powerful more than 60 years after it left the factory. Unlike many modern performance cars that rely on aggressive styling cues and aerodynamic add-ons, the Galaxy achieves its presence through pure size, proportion, and confidence. This particular example is described as an older restoration, which often appeals to enthusiasts who appreciate a car that has been enjoyed rather than hidden away. Older restorations can provide a unique blend of preserved originality and proven usability. Instead of being a freshly completed project that has barely seen the road, an older restoration often tells a story of years of driving, showing, and careful ownership. The 1963 model year was a pivotal one for Ford. America was in the midst of a horsepower war, and manufacturers were constantly searching for ways to gain an advantage both in dealerships and on race tracks. Ford responded with increasingly powerful versions of the Galaxy, creating machines that were capable of dominating NASCAR events while still offering enough comfort for daily driving. When enthusiasts talk about the 1963 1/2 Galaxy, they often associate it with Ford's growing performance image during the early 1960s. These cars became symbols of a time when Detroit was pushing engineering boundaries and proving that full-size family cars could also be serious performance machines. One of the most impressive aspects of the Galaxy platform was its versatility. Depending on configuration, these cars could serve as luxurious highway cruisers, weekend drag strip contenders, or long-distance touring vehicles. That flexibility helped establish the Galaxy as one of Ford's most successful full-size models during the decade. Visually, the design remains stunning today. The clean roofline, sculpted body panels, and restrained chrome accents create an elegant appearance that has aged remarkably well. Many classic car enthusiasts consider the early 1960s Galaxies among the most attractive full-size Fords ever produced, and it is easy to understand why. The styling feels purposeful without being excessive, striking a balance between luxury and performance. Behind the wheel, a Galaxy from this era delivers a driving experience that modern cars simply cannot duplicate. The expansive hood stretches out in front of the driver, the cabin feels spacious and open, and every mile reminds you that you're piloting a substantial piece of American automotive history. The steering, suspension, and overall driving dynamics reflect an era when comfort and confidence mattered more than lap times or electronic driver aids. For many collectors, the appeal of a car like this extends beyond specifications. It is about nostalgia, history, and connection. Cars such as the 1963 1/2 Galaxy represent a period when American manufacturers were at the peak of their influence, producing vehicles that combine style, innovation, and performance in ways that captured the imagination of an entire generation. The asking price of $39,999 places this Galaxy in a category where condition, rarity, and historical significance become major factors. While countless classic cars have come and gone over the decades, relatively few have maintained the recognition and respect that the Galaxy continues to enjoy among Ford enthusiasts. Well-preserved examples, especially those tied to the celebrated 1963 1/2 model year, remain highly sought after. Another reason these cars continue to attract attention is their versatility within the collector market. They appeal to multiple groups simultaneously. Muscle car fans appreciate their performance heritage. Ford collectors value their place within the company's history. Classic car enthusiasts admire their styling and road presence. And investors recognize the increasing scarcity of quality examples. Even standing still, a Galaxy like this commands attention. At local cruise nights, car shows, and classic vehicle gatherings, it represents an era before downsizing, before electronic controls, and before computers transformed the driving experience. It is a reminder of a time when displacement was king, chrome was plentiful, and every manufacturer was competing to build the most exciting cars possible. What makes the 1963 1/2 Ford Galaxy truly special is that it bridges two worlds. It carries the elegance and comfort of a full-size American cruiser while also embodying the spirit of the performance revolution that would soon define the muscle car era. Few vehicles manage to balance those qualities as successfully as the Galaxy. In the end, this 1963 1/2 Ford Galaxy is more than just an older restoration. It is a rolling piece of Ford history, a symbol of Detroit's golden age, and a car that continues to capture attention decades after it first appeared on American roads. For enthusiasts who appreciate classic styling, historical significance, and the unmistakable presence of a true American icon, this Galaxy represents exactly the kind of vehicle that keeps the passion for classic cars alive. Number 6. 1966 Ford Thunderbird, offered at $9,800 and currently located in Shippensburg, Pennsylvania. When Ford introduced the Thunderbird, it wasn't designed to be a pure sports car or a traditional luxury sedan. Instead, it created an entirely new category known as the personal luxury car, blending style, comfort, and V8 performance into one sophisticated package. This 1966 Ford Thunderbird is a perfect example of that philosophy, offering timeless styling and modernized reliability at a price that is hard to ignore. Finished in a clean white exterior over a beautiful blue interior, this Thunderbird immediately captures the elegance that made these cars so popular during the 1960s. The distinctive body lines, long hood, and stylish chrome accents give the car a commanding presence that still looks impressive more than half a century later. Under the hood sits Ford's legendary 390 cubic inch V8 engine, a powerplant known for its strong torque, smooth operation, and dependable performance. Paired with an automatic transmission, this Thunderbird was built for effortless cruising. Whether driving through town, attending a weekend car show, or taking a leisurely highway trip, the 390 V8 provides plenty of power while maintaining the relaxed driving experience that luxury car buyers expected from a Thunderbird. According to the seller, the vehicle has been restored and remains in excellent condition. The car is described as running great and stopping great, thanks in part to the addition of disc brakes. For many classic car enthusiasts, upgraded braking systems are among the most valuable improvements because they significantly enhance confidence and safety while driving in modern traffic conditions. The Thunderbird has also received several interior and dashboard updates. The dash gauges have been replaced, helping ensure reliable instrument readings, while the door panels have been refreshed to maintain a clean and attractive appearance. These improvements contribute to a cabin that feels both well-maintained and ready to enjoy. One of the most impressive aspects of this vehicle is the condition of the interior upholstery. The seller describes it as being in mint condition, a remarkable claim for a car approaching 60 years of age. Well-preserved interiors are often one of the most difficult and expensive aspects of restoring a classic vehicle, making this a significant advantage for the next owner. Adding to the car's roadworthiness are new tires, ensuring improved ride quality and dependable performance. Combined with the upgraded brakes and strong running drivetrain, this Thunderbird appears to be a classic that can be driven and enjoyed immediately rather than requiring extensive work before hitting the road. What makes the 1966 Thunderbird particularly special is its ability to combine luxury and performance in a way that few vehicles of its era could match. It offers the comfort of a large American cruiser while still delivering the sound and feel of a powerful V8 engine. The result is a driving experience that feels refined yet unmistakably classic. The styling of the fourth-generation Thunderbird remains one of Ford's most recognizable designs. The sweeping lines, hidden headlights, and elegant proportions create a look that is both sophisticated and unmistakably American. It is the type of vehicle that draws attention not because it is flashy, but because it possesses a timeless sense of style. Overall, this 1966 Ford Thunderbird represents an outstanding opportunity for anyone seeking a well-maintained classic with V8 power, luxury features, and proven road manners. With its restored condition, upgraded components, beautiful color combination, and attractive price point, this Thunderbird offers a compelling blend of collectability, comfort, and everyday enjoyment. Number 7. 1972 Pontiac Grandville Convertible, offered at $21,000 and currently located in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Some classic cars are valuable because of their performance. Others are prized because of their rarity. But every once in a while, a vehicle comes along with something even more special, a documented history that tells a story spanning more than 5 decades. This 1972 Pontiac Grandville Convertible is one of those cars. Finished in its elegant factory Brittany beige exterior with a matching beige interior, this Grandville immediately captures the spirit of early 1970s American luxury. With its massive proportions, long flowing body lines, chrome accents, and power-operated convertible top, it represents a time when full-size American cars were designed to provide maximum comfort, style, and road presence. At the heart of this Pontiac sits a powerful 455 cubic inch V8 engine paired with an automatic transmission. During the early 1970s, the 455 was one of Pontiac's flagship engines, known for delivering effortless torque and smooth highway performance. Rather than being built for stoplight drag races, the Grandville was engineered to be a luxurious long-distance cruiser capable of carrying passengers in comfort while effortlessly covering miles of open road. What truly separates this car from many other classics on the market is its incredible level of documentation. According to the records included with the vehicle, the story begins on September 10, 1971, when the car was originally sold through Day Pontiac in Suffern, New York. The original warranty documentation remains with the vehicle, providing a direct connection to its earliest days. The current owner acquired the car on February 15, 1973, from Morris Miller & Sons dealership in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Remarkably, the vehicle remained with that owner for decades, creating an unusually long and traceable ownership history. One of the most fascinating aspects of this story occurred when a member of the Morris Miller family saw the advertisement for the car and visited to see it in person. He reportedly recognized the vehicle from his family's dealership and even shared stories about the local automotive business during that era. He was able to identify his father's signature on the original bill of sale, creating a personal connection between the vehicle and its history that few classic cars can claim. For automotive enthusiasts, stories like these add an entirely different dimension to ownership. A classic car is no longer just a machine. It's a rolling piece of history with a documented journey that spans generations. The documentation accompanying the sale is extensive. Included are the original Pontiac warranty form, the original Protect-O plate issued in September of 1971, purchase documents from the current owner's acquisition, and decades of maintenance records carefully organized by year ranges. These records cover service work from the 1970s through 2018, providing a detailed look into how the car was maintained throughout its life. Additional documents show repairs to the convertible top, power windows, tires, and various maintenance items over the years. There is even documentation of an insurance claim from 2012 involving a rear passenger side repair and repaint. For collectors, this level of transparency is extremely valuable because it helps paint a complete picture of the vehicle's life. On the road, the Grandville reportedly performs exactly as a full-size Pontiac luxury convertible should. The seller describes it as starting easily, running smoothly, driving comfortably, and stopping properly. During test drives, the car demonstrated the relaxed cruising characteristics that made these vehicles so popular in their day. The interior remains one of the car's strongest features. The seats are described as being in very good condition, maintaining the luxurious feel expected from Pontiac's top-tier full-size model. The carpeting remains presentable, although some fading is noted, which is not unusual for a vehicle that has spent decades in service. The convertible top is also reported to be in good condition, an important factor given the cost associated with top replacement and restoration. With the top lowered, the Grandville transforms into the ultimate summer cruiser, perfectly suited for scenic drives through the countryside or leisurely evening cruises through town. Luxury features were a major selling point for the Grandville, and this example remains well equipped. It includes power steering, power brakes, power seats, power convertible top, and cruise control. These options represented the pinnacle of convenience and comfort during the early 1970s and continue to make the car enjoyable to drive today. The vehicle is also equipped with factory air conditioning, although the system currently does not blow cold and would benefit from servicing. Similarly, the factory AM/FM radio is currently not operational. These are relatively minor issues compared to the overall condition and originality of the vehicle, and they provide opportunities for the next owner to make improvements while preserving authenticity. The Grandville itself occupies a unique place in Pontiac history. Introduced as the premium full-size Pontiac model, it featured distinctive styling elements that separated it from lesser models such as the Catalina. Additional chrome trim, upgraded interior materials, and luxury-focused features helped establish the Grandville as Pontiac's flagship full-size offering. Convertible versions were particularly rare. Production numbers never exceeded approximately 5,000 units annually, making surviving examples increasingly desirable among collectors. As many convertibles disappeared over time due to weather exposure, neglect, or restoration costs, well-preserved examples like this have become increasingly difficult to find. Beyond the specifications and documentation, what truly makes this Grandville special is the experience it offers. This is not a muscle car designed for aggressive driving. It is a luxury cruiser built for comfort, relaxation, and enjoyment. The sound of the 455 V8, the expansive interior, the power-operated top, and the smooth ride all combine to create a driving experience that modern vehicles simply cannot replicate. Number 8. 1966 Buick Wildcat Special, offered at $8,000 and currently located in Portsmouth, Virginia. This 1966 Buick Wildcat Special is one of those hidden gems from the golden age of American automobiles. A full-size cruiser that combines big block power, luxury car comfort, and unmistakable 1960s styling, all at a price point that seems surprisingly affordable in today's classic car market. While many enthusiasts focus on the more famous muscle cars of the era, vehicles like the Wildcat quietly offer some of the best value and driving experiences available among vintage American classics. Finished in an attractive two-tone blue and white color scheme with a matching blue interior, this Wildcat immediately captures attention with its elegant styling and impressive road presence. One of its most distinctive features is its four-door hardtop design. Unlike a traditional sedan, this configuration eliminates the center B-pillar, creating a completely open appearance when all the windows are lowered. The result is a sleek, pillarless profile that closely resembles a hardtop coupe and gives the car a much more upscale and dramatic look. Under the hood sits one of Buick's most legendary engines, the 401 cubic inch Nailhead V8. The Nailhead has earned a near-mythical reputation among classic car enthusiasts thanks to its unique design, impressive torque production, and unmistakable character. In this Wildcat, the engine is paired with a 4-barrel carburetor and produces a factory-rated 350 horsepower and 425 pound-feet of torque. Those were serious numbers in the mid-1960s, and even by modern standards, they remain impressive for a full-size cruiser. Backing the powerful V8 is Buick's respected ST400 Super Turbine 3-speed automatic transmission. Known for its durability and smooth operation, the ST400 helped make Buick's luxury cars some of the most comfortable highway cruisers of their era. Together, the Nailhead V8 and ST400 transmission create a combination that delivers effortless acceleration, smooth cruising, and the kind of low-end torque that makes a heavy American car feel surprisingly eager when the throttle is pressed. What makes this particular Wildcat especially interesting is the amount of restoration and maintenance work already completed. According to the seller, approximately $15,000 has been invested into the vehicle over the last several years. That figure alone is nearly double the current asking price, making this car an intriguing opportunity for someone willing to finish the remaining details of the project. The exterior received a professional two-tone repaint, giving the car a fresh appearance while maintaining its classic 1960s personality. While the seller openly describes the paint as a great 10-foot paint job, meaning it presents very well from a distance but reveals imperfections upon close inspection, the honesty is refreshing and helps set realistic expectations. The interior has also benefited from extensive work. The seats have been reupholstered, new carpeting has been installed, and various interior trim components have been refreshed. According to the seller, the original headliner remains in good condition without sagging, which is impressive for a vehicle approaching 60 years of age. Although the sun visors show some wear, the overall cabin appears to offer a comfortable and inviting environment. Mechanically, the list of improvements is extensive. The cooling system recently received a new factory-style high-efficiency radiator, complete with transmission cooler provisions and air conditioning compatibility. Additional maintenance included a cooling system flush, new hoses, fresh gaskets, and other supporting components designed to improve reliability. The ignition and fuel systems have also been thoroughly serviced with new plugs, wires, distributor components, fuel lines, fuel pump, carburetor rebuild components, and choke servicing. The engine has received numerous maintenance items that suggest the vehicle has been cared for with long-term usability in mind. The braking system has seen significant attention as well, including new rear brake shoes, wheel cylinders, master cylinder, and brake booster. As a result, the seller reports that the car stops exceptionally well, an important characteristic in a full-size vehicle of this size and weight. One of the most encouraging aspects of the listing is the seller's detailed description of recent driving experiences. Rather than simply stating that the car runs, the seller explains that the Wildcat recently completed approximately an hour-long drive, including both stop-and-go traffic and highway cruising at speeds of 60 to 65 miles per hour. According to the seller, the car performed flawlessly throughout the trip, maintaining proper temperatures and delivering smooth operation from start to finish. That real-world driving report is important because it suggests this Wildcat is more than just a stationary project. It appears capable of being driven and enjoyed immediately while future improvements are made over time. Of course, as with most classic cars, there are still a few areas that could benefit from attention. The original air conditioning system is incomplete and would need additional work to become operational. The factory radio currently does not function, and the windows require adjustment to fully seal against the recently installed weather stripping. The steering is described as slightly loose, which is not uncommon for a vehicle of this age. However, none of these issues appear to prevent the car from being driven and enjoyed. Instead, they represent the type of small projects that many classic car owners enjoy tackling as part of the ownership experience. Driving a 1966 Buick Wildcat is a completely different experience from driving a modern vehicle. The massive hood stretches out ahead of the driver, the suspension glides over road imperfections, and the big Nailhead V8 delivers effortless power with every touch of the accelerator. It's the type of car that was built for long highway journeys, weekend cruises, and leisurely drives where comfort and character matter more than lap times or fuel economy. Number 9. 1969 Mercury Cougar XR 7. offered at $12,500 and currently located in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. Some classic cars spend their entire lives living in the shadow of more famous relatives. The Mercury Cougar is one of those cars. While the Ford Mustang often gets most of the attention, enthusiasts have long known that the Cougar offered something different, a more refined, upscale interpretation of the pony car formula. And this 1969 Mercury Cougar XR7 is a perfect example of why these cars have developed such a loyal following over the years. The 1969 model year represented one of the most distinctive periods in Cougar history. By this point, Mercury had given the car a more aggressive appearance, featuring a longer front end, hidden headlights, and styling details that separated it from its Mustang cousin. The result was a vehicle that looked more mature and sophisticated while still delivering the performance and excitement buyers expected from a late 1960s American coupe. This particular example is an XR7 model, a trim level that elevated the Cougar beyond a standard pony car. The XR7 package added luxury-oriented features and a more premium atmosphere, creating a unique blend of performance and comfort. Back in 1969, buyers who wanted something sportier than a traditional sedan but more refined than a Mustang often found themselves drawn to the Cougar XR7. Under the hood sits a 351 Windsor V8 engine paired with an automatic transmission and center console. The 351W has earned a reputation as one of Ford's most respected small-block engines. Known for its durability, strong torque, and tuning potential, it's an engine that remains popular among classic Ford enthusiasts even today. According to the seller, the car was running strong when it was parked in 2007. That detail immediately makes this Cougar an interesting opportunity. Unlike vehicles that have been abandoned for decades with unknown histories, this one reportedly entered storage while still operating well. For many enthusiasts, that's exactly the type of project car they prefer to find because it provides a clearer starting point for bringing a classic back to life. Project cars like this often tell fascinating stories. Somewhere in the past, someone chose to preserve this Cougar rather than send it to a scrapyard. For nearly 2 decades, it has been waiting patiently for the next chapter of its life. Now, it presents an opportunity for a new owner to continue that story. The 1969 Cougar itself occupies a special place in the collector market. While first-generation Mustangs are common sights at car shows and auctions, Cougars remain a little more unique. They offer much of the same mechanical foundation while providing styling cues and luxury touches that make them stand apart from the crowd. One of the most appealing aspects of the Cougar's design is its balance between muscle and elegance. The hidden headlight grille creates a sophisticated front-end appearance, while the long hood and sporty proportions remind everyone that this is still a performance-oriented American coupe. It's a combination that has aged remarkably well over the decades. Because this car has been off the road since 2007, buyers should naturally expect some level of recommissioning and inspection before regular driving. However, that's often part of the appeal for hobbyists and collectors. Bringing a classic vehicle back into running condition can be one of the most rewarding experiences in the automotive world, especially when the vehicle in question is a desirable model like an XR7. At an asking price of $12,500, this Cougar occupies an interesting position in today's classic car market. Many restored muscle cars now command prices well beyond the reach of average enthusiasts, but project-oriented vehicles like this can still provide an affordable entry point into classic car ownership. For collectors, restorers, or Ford and Mercury enthusiasts looking for a rewarding project, this 1969 Mercury Cougar XR7 offers plenty of potential. It combines desirable styling, a respected 351 Windsor V8, the upscale XR7 package, and a history that suggests it was still a strong-running car when it entered storage. Overall, this isn't just a classic Mercury waiting to be sold. It's a piece of late 1960s American automotive history waiting for someone to wake it up again. With the right vision, effort, and attention, this Cougar could once again become the elegant and powerful grand touring machine it was designed to be more than half a century ago. Number 10, 1965 Ford Falcon Futura, offered at $11,500 and currently located in Saratoga Springs, New York. This is the kind of classic car that experienced enthusiasts pay close attention to, not because of flashy paint, massive horsepower, or show car trophies, but because of something far more valuable, an exceptionally solid body. In the world of vintage American automobiles, rust-free original sheet metal is often worth more than horsepower upgrades, and according to the seller, this 1965 Ford Falcon Futura is exactly that kind of rare find. At first glance, the Falcon may appear modest compared to some of the muscle cars that dominated the mid-1960s, but that simplicity is precisely what makes it special. The Falcon was one of Ford's most successful compact platforms and would eventually become the foundation for one of the most important cars in automotive history, the Ford Mustang. In fact, many of the engineering concepts that helped create the Mustang can be traced directly back to vehicles like this Falcon Futura. Finished in an elegant off-white exterior over a tan interior, this car presents the timeless appearance of a well-preserved American classic. The color combination perfectly suits the Falcon's clean body lines and understated design. Unlike many vehicles that rely on aggressive styling cues, the Falcon carries itself with quiet confidence. It doesn't need to shout for attention, its authenticity does the talking. The seller describes the car as originally coming from the West Coast before spending the last 15 years in a heated garage. For classic car buyers, those two details immediately stand out. Western cars are often highly sought after because they tend to avoid the harsh road salt and winter conditions that can destroy sheet metal in other regions. Combined with 15 years of indoor storage, it helps explain why the seller repeatedly emphasizes the condition of the body. According to the listing, the floors, trunk, rockers, body panels, and structural components remain solid original metal. That statement alone may be the biggest selling point of the entire vehicle. Anyone who has restored a classic Ford understands how quickly rust repair costs can exceed the purchase price of the car itself. Replacing floors, quarter panels, and structural components often consumes tens of thousands of dollars before any cosmetic work even begins. The seller goes so far as to claim that finding another Falcon this solid in the Northeast would be extremely difficult. Whether or not that statement is entirely accurate, it reflects the confidence of someone who understands the rarity of rust-free 1960s sheet metal in that region. Power comes from Ford's dependable 200 cubic inch inline-six engine paired with an automatic transmission. While it may not offer the tire-smoking performance of a big block muscle car, the 206-cylinder has earned a reputation for reliability, simplicity, and durability. These engines were designed to run for hundreds of thousands of miles with proper maintenance, making them a favorite among owners who value dependability over raw speed. The seller notes that the engine spins over freely and appears healthy but will require some finishing work before returning to the road. A carburetor, radiator, and thermostat housing still need to be installed. In addition, because the car has been sitting for approximately 12 years, standard recommissioning tasks such as fluid changes, fuel system cleaning, and tank servicing should be expected. For many enthusiasts, that's actually good news. Rather than buying a freshly restored car with unknown workmanship hidden beneath shiny paint, buyers have the opportunity to see exactly what they're getting and complete the final stages themselves. Inside, the Falcon reportedly retains its original interior in great condition. The seller also mentions that the glass and trim remain exceptionally well preserved. These details matter because original interior components for 1960s vehicles are often difficult and expensive to replace. A complete and well-preserved cabin significantly increases both the value and desirability of a classic car. The Futura trim level was one of the more upscale versions of the Falcon lineup, offering additional styling touches and comfort features that distinguished it from the base models. Even today, the Futura name carries a certain level of respect among Ford enthusiasts who appreciate the car's role in the company's history. What makes this particular listing especially interesting is that it sits between two worlds. It could be enjoyed as a highly original survivor after a mechanical refresh, or it could serve as the foundation for a more ambitious project. Because the Falcon shares so much DNA with early Mustangs, it has long been a favorite platform for custom builds, V8 swaps, and performance upgrades. Starting with a rust-free body gives future owners virtually unlimited possibilities. The seller's comments also reveal a strong emotional attachment to the vehicle. He openly admits that one reason the car hasn't been finished is because he fears that once he gets it running again, he may not want to sell it. That's a sentiment many classic car enthusiasts understand. Some cars develop a connection with their owners that goes far beyond simple transportation. At $11,500, this Falcon is being marketed primarily on condition rather than drivability. Some buyers may focus on the fact that it has not been on the road for over a decade, but experienced collectors often see things differently. Mechanical repairs can usually be completed with time and money. Original rust-free sheet metal, however, cannot be recreated once it's gone. Driving a 1965 Falcon Futura offers an experience that modern cars cannot replicate. The lightweight feel, the simplicity of the controls, the visibility through the large glass areas, and the mechanical connection between driver and machine all contribute to a style of motoring that has largely disappeared from today's automotive world. In many ways, this Falcon represents the kind of opportunity that serious classic car buyers spend years searching for. Not because it's perfect, and not because it's finished, but because it appears to possess the one thing that cannot easily be restored, an exceptionally solid original body. Number 11, 1967 Mercury Cougar S-Code 390 Big Block, offered at $22,500 and currently located in Hudson, New Hampshire. When the Mercury Cougar debuted in 1967, it brought a new level of sophistication to the growing pony car market. Sharing much of its foundation with the Ford Mustang but wrapped in a more upscale and refined package, the Cougar quickly established itself as a stylish alternative for buyers who wanted performance without sacrificing luxury. This particular 1967 Mercury Cougar becomes even more special thanks to one very important feature under the hood, a powerful 390 cubic inch big block V8. For many enthusiasts, the S-Code 390 cars represent some of the most desirable first-year Cougars ever produced. While smaller V8 engines were common, the big block 390 transformed the Cougar into a serious performer capable of delivering the kind of torque and acceleration that defined the muscle car era. According to the seller, this Cougar shows approximately 67,000 original miles, a figure that adds to the vehicle's appeal as a well-preserved survivor from one of the most exciting periods in American automotive history. Finding a classic muscle car with relatively low original mileage is becoming increasingly difficult, making examples like this especially attractive to collectors and enthusiasts alike. The exterior retains the sleek and elegant styling that helped separate the Cougar from its competitors. The hidden headlight grille, long hood, short rear deck, and refined body lines created a more upscale appearance than many other performance cars of the era. Even today, the first-generation Cougar remains one of the most attractive designs to emerge from the late 1960s. Under the hood, the big block 390 V8 provides the heart and soul of the driving experience. Known for its strong low-end torque and smooth power delivery, the engine offers effortless acceleration and a deep exhaust note that perfectly captures the spirit of classic American performance. Paired with an automatic transmission, this Cougar delivers a combination of power and comfort that makes it equally enjoyable on city streets or long highway cruises. The seller notes that the vehicle has received new brakes, helping improve safety and overall drivability. The tires are reported to be in good condition, meaning the car is ready for immediate enjoyment without requiring major attention. Combined with the dual exhaust system, these upgrades contribute to a driving experience that remains true to the muscle car era while offering confidence on modern roads. One of the most appealing aspects of this Cougar is that it is described as a driver-quality car rather than a fragile showpiece. Many collectors appreciate vehicles that can actually be enjoyed on the road instead of spending their lives hidden away in garages or trailers. A driver-quality classic often provides the best balance between appearance, reliability, and value. As the years pass, first-generation Cougars continue to gain recognition among enthusiasts who appreciate their unique blend of performance, styling, and exclusivity. While Mustangs often dominate conversations about late 1960s Ford performance vehicles, the Cougar offers a more distinctive and refined alternative that stands apart from the crowd. Whether arriving at a local car show, attending a weekend cruise night, or simply enjoying a scenic backroad drive, this 1967 Mercury Cougar delivers the kind of classic motoring experience that enthusiasts dream about. The combination of original mileage, big block power, updated brakes, dual exhaust, and timeless styling makes it a compelling choice for anyone looking to own a genuine piece of American muscle car history. Overall, this 1967 Mercury Cougar S-Code 390 represents an exciting opportunity to acquire a highly desirable big block classic. With its powerful V8, elegant styling, and reputation as a great driving car, it offers the perfect blend of collectability, performance, and everyday enjoyment. Number 12. 1966 Ford Thunderbird Sport Coupe, offered at $9,500 and currently located in Grand Rapids, Michigan. The 1966 Ford Thunderbird represents one of the most stylish and sophisticated chapters in Thunderbird history. During the mid-1960s, Ford transformed the Thunderbird from a sporty personal car into a luxurious grand touring machine, creating a vehicle that combined elegant styling, V8 power, and premium comfort. Even today, the 1966 model remains one of the most recognizable Thunderbirds ever built, admired for its distinctive design and unmistakable road presence. Finished in a beautiful blue exterior paired with a black interior, this Thunderbird Sport Coupe captures the spirit of 1960s American luxury. The sharp body lines, wide stance, and signature Thunderbird styling cues give the car an appearance that still turns heads decades after it first left the factory. Whether parked at a local car show or cruising through town on a summer afternoon, a classic Thunderbird has a way of attracting attention without needing flashy modifications. This particular example shows approximately 130,000 miles and is described by the seller as a nice-looking car that runs and presents well overall. Unlike many classics that require complete restorations, this Thunderbird appears to be an honest driver-quality vehicle that can be enjoyed while gradually improving the few areas that need attention. One of the most appealing aspects of the 1966 Thunderbird is its unique design. This generation featured a sleek roofline, hidden styling details, and a luxurious interior that helped distinguish it from other personal luxury cars of the era. Ford designed these cars to compete with higher-end offerings while maintaining the performance and character that made the Thunderbird name famous. Under the hood, Thunderbirds of this era were typically powered by Ford's large-displacement V8 engines, delivering the kind of smooth torque and effortless cruising ability that made them ideal highway cars. While the seller does not provide detailed engine specifications, the Thunderbird's reputation has always been built around relaxed power and comfortable long-distance driving rather than all-out performance. Imagine driving this car in 1966. Interstate highways were expanding across America, fuel was inexpensive, and personal luxury cars were becoming increasingly popular. The Thunderbird was designed for exactly that environment, a car capable of carrying its occupants in comfort while providing enough power to make every drive feel effortless. Inside, the black interior offers a classic contrast to the blue exterior. Thunderbirds were known for their upscale cabins, featuring comfortable seating, stylish dashboards, and a focus on driver convenience. Sitting behind the wheel of a car like this is a reminder of how different automotive design was during the 1960s. The controls feel mechanical, the view over the hood is expansive, and every drive becomes an experience rather than a simple commute. According to the seller, the vehicle does need a few repairs. The distributor, whether factory or replacement, will require attention. The power seat is currently jammed and not functioning correctly. There are also small amounts of surface rust around the rear wheel areas. Fortunately, the seller specifically describes the rust as surface rust, which is generally less concerning than structural corrosion and often easier to address if caught early. For many classic car enthusiasts, these types of issues are actually part of the appeal. Instead of purchasing a fully restored show car at a much higher price point, buyers often prefer a vehicle they can improve over time. Addressing a few mechanical or cosmetic concerns allows owners to become part of the car's continuing story while tailoring improvements to their own standards. The Thunderbird market has remained surprisingly strong because these cars offer a tremendous amount of style and luxury for their price. While some muscle cars from the same era have become prohibitively expensive, Thunderbirds continue to provide an affordable entry point into classic American motoring. They deliver many of the same benefits: V8 power, iconic styling, and historical significance, without requiring six-figure budgets. What makes this 1966 Thunderbird especially appealing is its balance of condition and potential. It already presents as a good-looking classic, but it also offers room for improvement. For a hobbyist who enjoys working on vintage vehicles, the remaining repairs could be completed over time while still enjoying the car between projects. Cars like this are becoming increasingly important as surviving examples become harder to find. Every year, more classic vehicles disappear due to neglect, accidents, or rising restoration costs. A largely complete Thunderbird that still retains its original character represents an opportunity to preserve a piece of Ford history for future generations. Beyond the specifications, the Thunderbird represents a unique moment in American automotive culture. It was a time when automakers believed luxury meant dramatic styling, large engines, and a comfortable ride. The result was a car that felt special every time you got behind the wheel. Overall, this 1966 Ford Thunderbird Sport Coupe offers classic styling, personal luxury, and vintage V8 character at an approachable price point. While it does need some mechanical attention and minor cosmetic work, it appears to be a solid candidate for someone looking to own and enjoy one of Ford's most iconic personal luxury cars. With its attractive color combination, timeless design, and undeniable presence, this Thunderbird remains a compelling classic nearly 60 years after it was built. Number 13, 1968 Ford Mustang California Special, offered at $36,900 and currently located in Amsterdam, New York. This 1968 Ford Mustang California Special is the kind of classic car that collectors spend years searching for. While many vintage Mustangs have been heavily restored, modified, or rebuilt over the decades, this example stands out because it remains what enthusiasts often call a true survivor, a car that has managed to preserve much of its original character while continuing to be maintained and enjoyed throughout its life. The California Special, often referred to as the GT/CS, occupies a unique place in Mustang history. Originally developed as a special regional package for Ford dealerships in California, these cars featured distinctive styling elements that set them apart from standard Mustangs. Over time, the California Special has become one of the most desirable and recognizable special edition Mustangs of the first generation, attracting attention from collectors who appreciate both rarity and originality. What makes this particular car especially appealing is the seller's emphasis on preservation rather than restoration. According to the listing, the vehicle retains all of its original body panels and has never been involved in an accident. Even more impressive, the car is reported to have never suffered from rust, something that is becoming increasingly rare for a vehicle that is now approaching 6 decades of age. In today's collector market, originality often carries as much value as restoration quality. Many enthusiasts would rather own a well-preserved survivor with authentic history than a heavily restored example that has lost much of its factory identity. This Mustang appears to fit squarely into that survivor category, offering buyers a chance to own a car that still reflects its original era. The seller also notes that much of the paint remains original. For serious collectors, original paint can be one of the most desirable features a classic vehicle can possess. It serves as a visual record of the car's life and often provides proof that the body has not undergone extensive repairs or reconstruction. While restored paint can certainly look beautiful, original paint tells a story that can never be recreated once it is gone. The exterior has received a new vinyl top, helping preserve the car's appearance while respecting its period-correct styling. A new car light windshield has also been installed, while the remainder of the glass reportedly remains original. Details like these help strike a balance between preservation and practical maintenance, ensuring the vehicle remains enjoyable to own without sacrificing authenticity. Under the hood, the Mustang continues to retain its stock original drivetrain. In a world where many classic cars have received engine swaps, aftermarket modifications, or performance upgrades, keeping the original powertrain intact is increasingly uncommon. For collectors, matching-era mechanical components contribute significantly to a vehicle's historical appeal. The car has also benefited from a new dual exhaust system and a recent tune-up. These improvements help ensure that the Mustang remains reliable and enjoyable to drive while preserving the character that made it special in the first place. The seller reports that the car runs and drives well, suggesting that it is more than just a display piece. It is a classic that can still be taken out and enjoyed on the road. One of the most attractive aspects of this listing is the philosophy behind the car's care. The seller describes it as maintained, not restored. That simple phrase speaks volumes. It suggests that the focus has been on preserving the car's originality while addressing necessary maintenance items rather than completely rebuilding or modernizing it. For many collectors, this approach represents the ideal balance between authenticity and usability. Driving a Survivor Mustang offers a completely different experience from driving a freshly restored show car. Every detail, from the feel of the controls to the subtle signs of age, helps create a stronger connection to the past. Rather than feeling like a recreation of a 1968 Mustang, it feels like an actual 1968 Mustang that has simply continued its journey through time. The California Special Package itself adds another layer of desirability. These cars have developed a strong following because they combine the iconic styling of the first-generation Mustang with unique visual enhancements that make them instantly recognizable among enthusiasts. As a result, well-preserved examples often attract significant attention at car shows, cruise nights, and collector events. The seller notes that the only reason for the sale is to make room for another vehicle being acquired from a friend's collection. That detail often resonates with enthusiasts because it suggests the sale is motivated by opportunity rather than necessity. In many cases, cars sold under these circumstances have been maintained carefully and appreciated by owners who genuinely enjoy classic automobiles. Overall, this 1968 Ford Mustang California Special represents a rare opportunity to acquire a highly desirable Survivor-grade Mustang that has retained much of its originality. With original body panels, original drivetrain, extensive original paint, rust-free history, and careful maintenance throughout its life, it offers the kind of authenticity that becomes more difficult to find with each passing year. For collectors and enthusiasts alike, this is not just another classic Mustang. It is a preserved piece of Ford history that continues to tell its story exactly as it was meant to be told. Number 14. 1975 Ford Grand Torino Sport, offered at $59,999 and currently located in Novelty, Ohio. Every once in a while, a classic car appears that stands out not because of a flashy restoration or an oversized engine swap, but because of how incredibly rare and well-preserved it is. This 1975 Ford Grand Torino Sport is one of those cars, a vehicle that represents the final chapter of an iconic Ford performance era while offering a level of originality and uniqueness that's becoming increasingly difficult to find. For many enthusiasts, the Grand Torino is instantly recognizable thanks to its aggressive styling and its connection to 1970s American automotive culture. Long hoods, wide bodies, muscular proportions, and unmistakable road presence made these cars some of the most distinctive vehicles of their decade. By 1975, however, the automotive landscape was changing rapidly, making this final-year Grand Torino Sport a particularly significant model. This example is especially notable because 1975 marked the last year Ford produced the Torino Sport. That fact alone gives the car collector appeal, but the story gets even more interesting from there. According to the seller, this Grand Torino has accumulated only 27,677 actual original miles since new. For a vehicle now more than 50 years old, that figure is remarkable. Low-mileage Survivors offer enthusiasts something that restored cars often cannot: a direct connection to the way these vehicles looked and felt when they were still new. Finished in an eye-catching triple black configuration, the car delivers a commanding presence. The black exterior, black vinyl roof, and black interior combine to create a look that feels both elegant and intimidating. Adding even more character are the red accent details inside the cabin, which provide a subtle contrast and reinforce the performance-oriented personality of the sport model. Under the hood sits a 351 Cleveland V8, one of Ford's most respected engines from the muscle car era. The Cleveland has earned a reputation for strong performance potential and distinctive engineering, making it highly desirable among Ford enthusiasts. According to the listing, the engine configuration has been modified, and interested buyers are encouraged to review the vehicle's Marti report for detailed specifications and documentation. Perhaps the most fascinating aspect of this Torino is its transmission setup. Ford never officially offered a 4-speed manual transmission in this particular configuration, yet this vehicle now features a professionally completed 4-speed top-loader conversion. The seller notes that more than $10,000 was invested in the conversion alone, transforming the driving experience into something far more engaging and unique. For enthusiasts who appreciate manual transmission muscle cars, that upgrade significantly enhances the appeal of the vehicle. The top-loader transmission has long been considered one of Ford's strongest and most respected manual gearboxes, and pairing it with a 351 Cleveland creates a combination many enthusiasts can only dream about. The car is also equipped with factory-style comfort and convenience features including air conditioning, power steering, and power brakes. These options help preserve the luxury-oriented side of the Gran Torino while complementing its performance credentials. Inside, the bucket seats and center console reinforce the sporty atmosphere, while the Rally Dash Gauge package provides the kind of driver-focused instrumentation that performance enthusiasts appreciate. Combined with the low mileage and reportedly original condition, the interior offers a glimpse into what a premium Ford performance coupe looked like during the mid-1970s. Outside, the Gran Torino rides on classic 15-inch Magnum 500 wheels wrapped in BF Goodrich radial T/A tires. Few wheel designs capture the spirit of American performance cars quite like the Magnum 500, and they fit the Torino's muscular body lines perfectly. One of the strongest claims in the listing is that this is a zero-rust vehicle that has never been driven in winter conditions or exposed to road salt. For collectors, rust-free examples are always highly desirable because they preserve the integrity of the body and reduce the need for costly future repairs. The seller even describes the car as a one-of-one example, referencing the unique combination of options, condition, and professionally executed 4-speed conversion. Whether viewed as a collector piece, an investment-grade classic, or simply a dream garage edition, it's clear that this Torino occupies a very special place in the Ford enthusiast community. At nearly $60,000, this is not an entry-level classic car. Instead, it targets serious enthusiasts seeking something uncommon, something that combines originality, rarity, low mileage, and a unique driving experience that cannot be easily duplicated. Overall, this 1975 Ford Gran Torino Sport represents the end of an era. It's the last-year sport model, a low-mileage survivor, a rust-free example, and a vehicle enhanced with one of the most respected manual transmissions Ford ever produced. More than just a classic car, it's a rolling piece of Ford history that tells the story of American performance during a period of dramatic change in the automotive world. For the right collector, opportunities like this don't come around very often. Number 15, 1972 Plymouth Fury 3, offered at $1,000 and currently located in Sanford, North Carolina. This is the kind of classic American project car that instantly sparks the imagination of Mopar enthusiasts. The 1972 Plymouth Fury 3 comes from an era when American automobiles were still built on a grand scale, long, wide, powerful, and designed to dominate the open highway. While this particular Fury is far from a finished show car, it represents something many collectors actively search for, an affordable entry point into the world of vintage Mopar ownership. Built in September of 1971 as a 1972 model year vehicle, this Fury 3 carries the unmistakable styling cues that defined Chrysler Corporation's full-size lineup during the early 1970s. It was a period when manufacturers were balancing the end of the muscle car era with the comfort and luxury demands of full-size family cars. The result was a vehicle that offered substantial road presence, generous interior space, and dependable V8 power. Under the hood sits a 360 cubic inch V8 equipped with a 2-barrel carburetor. The Chrysler 360 has long been respected among Mopar fans for its durability, strong low-end torque, and adaptability. Over the years, these engines have become popular foundations for both stock restorations and performance builds. Even though this particular Fury is currently not running, the presence of the original style V8 remains one of the car's biggest attractions. the seller is very upfront about the vehicle's condition. It does not currently run, and the last time it was operational is unknown. In many ways, that honesty is refreshing. Rather than overselling the car, the listing presents it exactly for what it is: a restoration candidate waiting for someone with the time, patience, and vision to bring it back to life. According to the description, the previous owner stored the car under tarps for an extended period. While that may have seemed like protection, long-term tarp storage often traps moisture and can accelerate corrosion. As a result, the vehicle has developed rust issues over time. For experienced restorers, this is an important detail because it helps set realistic expectations before the project begins. Despite those challenges, cars like this continue to attract enthusiasts because opportunities to purchase complete full-size Mopars at entry-level prices are becoming increasingly rare. Many Fury models were scrapped decades ago, making surviving examples harder to find with each passing year. One of the most appealing aspects of the Fury 3 is its place within Plymouth history. While performance models such as the Roadrunner, GTX, and Barracuda often receive the spotlight, the Fury represented the backbone of Plymouth's full-size lineup. These cars transported families across America, served in government fleets, and appeared in countless movies and television shows. Today, they offer a unique alternative for collectors looking for something different from the typical muscle car crowd. Visually, the Fury's size alone commands attention. The long wheelbase, broad front end, and substantial body proportions create a presence that modern vehicles simply cannot match. Even in project condition, a full-size Plymouth from this era has a personality that stands out immediately. Inside, Fury models were designed with comfort in mind. Wide bench seating, spacious passenger accommodations, and a smooth ride made them ideal long-distance cruisers. Restoring one today offers the chance to recreate that classic American highway experience that has largely disappeared from the automotive world. The lack of a title is undoubtedly one of the biggest factors prospective buyers must consider. Depending on local laws and regulations, obtaining ownership documentation can vary from straightforward to extremely complicated. For some enthusiasts, this may be a deal breaker. For others, especially those seeking a parts car or a long-term project, it may simply become another step in the restoration journey. What makes this listing particularly interesting is the price. At just $1,000, the vehicle enters the market as one of the most affordable ways to acquire a complete full-size Mopar project. In today's collector market, where even rough muscle cars can command significant money, finding a 1972 Plymouth Fury 3 at this level is becoming increasingly uncommon. For the right buyer, this car offers multiple possibilities. It could become a faithful restoration, preserving a piece of Plymouth history. It could serve as the foundation for a custom cruiser. Or it could simply provide valuable components for another Fury restoration. The future depends entirely on the vision of the next owner. Every classic car has a story, and this Fury's story is far from over. While many people may see rust, missing paperwork, and a non-running drivetrain, experienced enthusiasts often see something different, a second chance. They see potential hidden beneath years of neglect, waiting for someone willing to invest the time and effort necessary to bring it back. In the end, this 1972 Plymouth Fury 3 isn't being sold as a finished classic. It's being offered as an opportunity. An opportunity to rescue a surviving Mopar from a fading era of American automotive history. An opportunity to take a forgotten full-size cruiser and transform it into something special once again. And for just $1,000, it may represent one of the most affordable gateways into classic Mopar ownership currently available.